every key signature has a set number of sharps or flats. And it's important to understand that there's a set order in which the sharps or flats appear in a key signature. So the first thing I'm going to write up is the 7 letters of the alphabet that we use in music, but I'm going to do it in a specific order. And in order to remember this, I say to myself, Father Christmas gave Dad an electric blanket. So it's just a quick way of remembering that sequence of letter names. And what I've just written out here, reading forwards in this direction, is the order of sharps. And fortunately, if you then read that in reverse, it will give you the correct order for the flats as they appear in a key signature. So let's have a look at that on treble clef first of all. In treble clef, or the G clef, if I'm going to write out the sharps for a sharp key, and let's start just with a single sharp, the F sharp belongs on that top line. And that happens to be the key of G major. In G major, all the Fs need to be sharp in order to make it sound right. So if I'm thinking up G major scale, I'm thinking G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. And all keys are the same way. They require a set number of sharps or flats to sound right. So this order of sharps, it's not just that the letter names need to appear in that order, but they also have a very specific place on the stave. So where does C belong? Well, we go down to this space here for the C. Then we jump back up for G sharp. Go down to the second line for D sharp. Down again to this space here for the A. Jump back up for E in this space. And then we end up with the last sharp on the middle line for B sharp. And that's the correct order for the sharps on a stave. Now notice that that pattern of sharps, it starts high up on the stave and it goes down for C sharp, then it leaps up for G sharp, and then down for D sharp, down for A sharp, and then it leaps up again for E sharp and ends on the middle line. And that kind of lightning strike shape is the shape that we will always use if we're working in treble or bass clef. The sharps will always follow that pattern. So let's have a look at that in bass clef. I'm marking out the F line here for the bass or F clef, and that is in fact the first sharp on that line. Now I'm going to follow this zigzag pattern. I'm going to go down for C sharp and up for G sharp and down for D sharp and down again for A sharp. Then I'm going to leap up for E sharp, and then I'm going to go back down to the B line for B sharp. So although these clefs are different, the note names are in different places, they both follow this same pattern. And that's how we write out sharps on a stave.